Good morning. We are going to be looking at some of the new yes or no questions from the N400 or citizenship application. We're going to be talking about Communist Party, dictatorship, and terrorist organizations. So let's begin. Now let's talk about Communist Party. You may remember the word communism from the 100 questions. They ask, what was the main concern of the United States during the Cold War? Communism. So that's why during the review of the good moral character questions to see if you are eligible to become a U.S. citizen, they want to know if you have ever been involved or a part of the Communist Party. So what is the Communist Party? Communist Party is a one-party government. Another 100 question for you asks, what are the two major political parties in the United States? Democrat and Republican. There are also smaller parties, but we have two major political parties. In a communist government, they only have one political party. Also, in the communist government, the government chooses the leaders. So here in the United States, in a democracy, we, the people, citizens 18 and older, vote for the leaders. But in a communist government, the government chooses the leaders. Another party they ask about on the citizenship application is a totalitarian party. Now, what is a totalitarian party? It's a political party where the people have no power. Another way to say that is people cannot oppose the government. So here in the United States, in the First Amendment, one of our freedoms is speech. So people are able to say if they like what the government is doing or if they do not like what the government is doing. But in a totalitarian party, people cannot say if they do not like what the government is doing. Another way to think about a totalitarian party is a dictatorship, where everybody has to say yes to the leader of the country. No one can say no. So here's how they ask the questions on your citizenship application. They say, have you ever been a member of, involved in, or in any way associated with the Communist or Totalitarian Party anywhere in the world? And you would say, no. Another way an officer may ask the questions, because in your citizenship interviews, I hear officers asking questions many different ways. Another way I've heard them say it is they split the question. They say, have you ever been a member of, involved in, or in any way associated with a communist party? You'd say, no. Have you ever been a member of a totalitarian party? No. They may ask this question in two questions, so it's important to listen carefully to the questions they're asking you. Now let's look at one of the newest citizenship application questions. They talk about advocating. What does advocate mean? To support or promote. They also talk about groups. They want to know about what kind of groups you've been in. So what is a group? A group is two or more people who come together for a shared activity. An example of a group is a religious group. Maybe you get together with people from your church, your synagogue, your mosque to pray or talk about religion. That would be a group coming together. Another type of group, an exercise group. Do you get together with a group of people and work out? That would be an exercise group. But the type of groups immigration cares about are groups that have advocated, so supported one of the following activities anywhere in the world. Such as, have you been in a group that supported opposition to all organized government? So we can see here, it would be against the law to try and overthrow our democratic government. They want to know, have you ever been in a group that promoted world communism? So if you've been in a group of people that wanted communism to be the government in every country, this question might apply to you. Have you ever been in a group that wanted to establish a totalitarian dictatorship in the United States? So again, totalitarian dictatorship is a one-party government and everybody has to say yes to the leader. No one can say no. You cannot oppose the government. They also want to know if you've been in a group that's tried to use violence, again, to overthrow the United States government, because that is not allowed in the country. They also want to know if you've ever been in a group that has been involved with assaulting or killing anybody who worked for the government of the United States, because again, that is illegal to kill or to hurt anyone living in the United States, but especially you cannot kill or hurt somebody in the government. Another thing they want to know, have you been in a group that caused any damage? Like this picture, did you use a weapon or a baseball bat to damage, injure someone, or to destroy property? And lastly, they wanted to know if you've been in any group that had done any sort of sabotage. So again, trying to sabotage or hurt the United States government or to sabotage the safety of people living in the United States. So this is how they would ask the questions during your interview. They would say, have you ever been in a group that advocated for or wanted to oppose all organized government? You'd say, no. World communism? No. The establishment of a totalitarian dictatorship in the United States? No. The overthrow by force or violence or other unconstitutional means of the government of the United States or all forms of law? No. Have you ever been in a group that advocated for the unlawful assaulting or killing of any officer or officers of the government of the United States or any other organized government because of their official character? No. The unlawful damage, injury, or destruction of property. No. Sabotage? No. So it's a long question with many questions all in one. Sometimes officers will read all of those questions at one time, and you have to listen and wait until they are finished. And that's when you would say no. Other times they'll go one by one. Remember, each interview is always different, so it's very important to listen to the questions the officer asks you. And if you don't understand what they are asking you, you can always say, please repeat. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe and hit the thumbs up.